أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
I don't wanna write this down, I wanna tell you how I feel right now. I don't wanna take no time to write this down, I wanna tell you how I feel right now. Hey, tomorrow may never come. For you or me, life is not promised. Tomorrow may never show up. For you and me, this life is not promised. Perfect man, I'm trying to do the best that I can with what it is I have. I ain't no perfect man, I'm trying to do the best that I can with what it is I have. Put my heart and soul into this song. I hope you feel me from where I am to wherever you are. I mean that sincerely. Tomorrow may never come. For you and me, life is not promised. Tomorrow may never appear. You better hold this very moment, very close to you right now. Very close to you right now. So close to you right now. So close to you. Don't be afraid to let it shine. My homie said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My homie said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My homie said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My homie said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world. Sometimes I get discouraged. I look around and things are so weak. People are so weak. Sometimes I feel like crying. Sometimes my heart gets heavy. Sometimes I just wanna leave and fly away. Sometimes I don't know what to do with myself. Passion takes over me. Feel like a man going insane. Lose my brain trying to maintain everything. Hey, 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 hey. Put my heart and soul into this y'all. I hope you feel me where I am, so wherever you are. Sometimes I don't want to be bothered. Sometimes I just want a quiet life. Me and my baby, me and my lady. Sometimes I don't want to get into no ball. Sometimes I don't want to be a soldier. Sometimes I just want to be a man. But me say, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My hobby says, shine your light on the world. right, life to unite. Come on and do it right, life to unite. Come on and do it right, life to unite. Come on and get down, gotta have love, love, peace, and understanding. One God, one voice, one life, one man, one sound, my life, life to unite. Hop up and do it right, life to unite. Come on and do it right, life to unite. That's what I like.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Living Islam Today here on 96.1 FM and also 900 AM WURD Radio. I'm your host today, Brother Jihad Ahmed, and we got a really great show in store for you today. Before we do anything, we'd like to open up with prayer. We pray and we ask Almighty God Allah to bless us. We pray that the words that come out of our mouth today can be a healing message for you, the listeners and the viewers. We believe that this religion of Islam was sent to Prophet Muhammad. Peace and blessings be upon him. We believe that Prophet Muhammad is the last and final messenger to come for all mankind. We believe that this religion can be a helper to everyone. Black people, brown people, white people, all races, all nationality. We believe that this religion of Islam is a healing for our people. Assalamu alaikum, and once again, welcome to Living Islam Today. This is an Ahmed Media production. I am Brother Jihad Ahmed, and today's date is Saturday, March the 6th. We got a really great show in store for you today. Before we get to our topics and our guests, our beautiful, wonderful guests that we have today, we want to make prayer for any and everyone that is sick right now. If you're sick, we're praying for you today. If a family member is sick, we're praying for them. If you have been faced with hard times in your life, we're praying for you as well. We want to send a very special prayer out to our sister, Movita Johnson, and her family. It's been told to us this morning that she lost her son, Dante. And I'm going to quote what was put on to Facebook this morning after prayer. I seen it. She said that keep her and her family in prayer because her son, Dante, was shot and killed in California. I guess it was last night or earlier this morning. He was shot in the crowd while at the mall, and he died. Now, it's very sad and touching for me because I knew this young brother. I watched him grow up in the masjid. I watched him as a young brother in the masjid. I watched him as a scout along with his other brother who passed away also due to violence, gun death, in 2011. So we're asking everyone to please make prayer for our dear sister, her husband, the grandchildren, her daughter. It's a tragedy to lose one child. I could not imagine losing two children through violence. And it makes me think that we got to get a better hold of the violence that's going on in our communities. We got to get a better grip. The imams got to come out the masjid. The spiritual leaders got to come out the masjid. The preachers, the pastors, the deacons, our religious authorities got to get out of the houses of worship. I believe, and this is just my own opinion, that they have to get out and they have to do more to help these grassroots, these anti-violence organizations to be able to overcome a lot of the pain and stuff that's going on. Because right now there's a great deal of pain that our dear sister is dealing with right now. So keep her in your prayers. Keep her family in your prayers. And Brother Dante, that was his name, Brother Dante, young brother in the community, man, and he will definitely be sadly missed. We want to also make mention that there are some people from the community that are suffering with the COVID. Keep them in your prayers. If you are of the opinion of getting the shot, go get the shot. Get the first shot, get the second shot. Keep your mask on, keep your gloves on. Try to be social distance as much as you can, because this disease is it's hitting everyone, and it makes no difference at all. So if you have someone in your family that's suffering right now with COVID, we keep them in our prayers on this day. We ask Almighty God, Allah, to cure them of the sickness that they're going through. And I was told that by Sister Sumaya Muhammad, a dedicated pillar in the community down at the United Muslim Masjid, she informed me herself that she has COVID-19. So please, please, please keep our sister in your prayers. When you make your Maghrib prayer, when you make your Isha prayer, keep her in your prayers, please, please, very much so. Keep her family in the prayers as well. We are 37 days away from the blessed month of Ramadan. So what I want to encourage everybody to do, Monday is coming up, this coming Monday, start fasting. Get your body ready, get your body acclimated, shock it, because some people, some of the believers, some of the Muslims haven't fasted since last Ramadan. So what I'm asking you to do, as well as myself, is that we prepare our bodies and start fasting. Let's take Monday and let's get our bodies right for the fast. Let's pick up the Quran. Let's make sure it don't have no dust on it. You know what I'm saying? And let's pick up our book and let's get in the habit of reading it as much as possible. As I said, we got a really good show for you. We're going to have a continuation. Lately, the past few weeks, I've been doing this Islam in Philadelphia. Last week, we had Brother Hudayfa Abdul Hai on, and we had, before then, we had Imam Abdul Alim. Then we had Brother Idris Abdul Zahir, the Imam of Masjid Allah. So we're going to try to keep this this series up, and because I think it's a good thing, because we're talking about the development of Islam, and we want to bring on people, and we want to have a conversation, because we want to talk about how you came into Islam. Some people born into the faith didn't have to take Shahada; they were born into it. Myself, I converted to Islam about 26 years ago. So some people, families were already Muslim, so they came into the faith already. So what we want to do, man, is talk to people and talk about the experience and how they came into Islam. Because everybody's got a story. Everybody's got a story about their community. Everybody's got a story about how they came into Islam, how their community came about, be it the Nation of Islam community, be it the War of Deen Muhammad, the Moorish American community. Everybody has a story to tell about how they came into Islam. What we're going to do, we're going to take a break, because I see that our guests are calling me, opposed to being patient and waiting for Mike at the studio to call them. So we're going to take a break. You're listening and watching Living Islam Today. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Khadija Alderman's Funeral Service Incorporated. Don't let your family bear the burden of your final arrangements. Pre-arrange now.
We specialize in janazah services, traditional Christian services, natural burials, and theme services.
We provide repairs, domestic and international shipping, webcasting, and Skyping.
We service all denominations.
Our new location, 1924 West Hunting Park Avenue, Philadelphia 19140, 215-225-6600. Visit us at www.khadijasfuneralservice.com. That's www.khadijasfuneralservice.com. Like
us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Khadijah Alderman's Funeral Service, serving humanity with dignity.
Nearly 26% of Philadelphia's population lived below the poverty line in 2017. There's an increasing share of residents struggling to cover the most fundamental necessities. On a national level, Philadelphia was among the highest with poverty rates. Muslim Serve's mission is to develop and implement programs addressing food insecurity in collaboration with local community partners. Fundamentally, Muslim Serve strives to uplift those in our community by providing free, hot, nutritious meals. This is done by partnering with a variety of local community organizations and establishments with the goal to bring comfort to those in need and to relieve hunger in our area, no matter who they are. Veterans, students, people with disabilities, single parents, senior citizens, working class families, and children. Muslim Serve can be reached by phone at 833-486-4370 or by email at info@muslimserve.org. Learn more about Muslim Serve and what they do on their website, muslimserve.org, and on their social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Muslim Serve. You're listening to Living Islam Today, an Ahmed Media Company project on WURD Radio, 900 AM and 96.1 FM.
All right, don't call me.
I'm on the.
Okay.
Okay,
Right,
I'm putting on my video.
Welcome back to Living Islam Today. I'm Brother Jihad Ahmed, and I want to let you know if you're having credit problems. That's right. If you're having credit problems, if you're struggling with your credit, the credit is a 500 or 400. What I want you to do is give a call to our good friends at the Blackstone Project. They can help you boost your credit. They can help you get your credit together. You might be trying to buy a car. You might be trying to buy a house. You just might be trying to get your finance together in general. This is what I want you to do. Dial 215-828-9425. Dial 215-828-9425. That is the Blackstone Project. Tell them that you heard about it. Their service is here on Living Islam Today. I'm telling you, they will help you out. They will help you get your credit in order. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Welcome back to Living Islam Today here on 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD Radio. Telephone numbers where we can be reached today is 215-634-8065. That's 215-634-8065. Or toll free at 1-866-361-0900. This is Living Islam Today. This is the people's show. This is not my show. I just happen to be sitting here in the chair. This is your show. So what I want you to do, bless us with a beautiful donation by going to our Cash App, $Islam Radio, $Islam Radio. We are in need of your funds to help us to be here each and every week here on 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD Radio. You can check us out right now. This show is streaming live on YouTube as well as Facebook. So we're live, not just on the radio, but we're live on YouTube and Facebook. Once again, everybody, as I mentioned before we went to break, we're talking about Islam here in Philadelphia, the growth and development of Islam, how you came into Islam. That's what we're talking about. We talk to people from the Master Law community. We talk to people from the WD Muhammad community. We even talk to some people from Masjid Mujahideen, 60th Street. So we're talking to people, brothers and sisters in the community, and we're very excited today. I know that I'm excited because the two brothers that are with us today, I go back a very, 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 very long time with one brother in particular. I want to say that him and I go back, let me see, my age, and if I've been Muslim, we've been knowing each other more than 30 years. And I'm so happy that our brother can be with us today. Brother Kenyatta Bey is joining us. I'm going to say that he was the first brother to be on post before it was the masjid. There was town watch security. Our brother, along with brother Yazid, brother Tawheed, brother Suleiman, and so many other brothers. These were the brothers that was on post. But this brother right here is the pioneer. This is the brother that got it started and got it going, and he's here with us. We want to say to our brother, Assalamu alaikum, brother. Welcome to the show.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Thanks for having me.
No, man.
Pleasure.
You got the history, brother. You got the history. Brother Sabi, we know that you're trying to join us. You can't call us because what you're doing, you're calling me, and you are, just be patient, and Mike at the studio is going to call you. Just sit tight by your computer. And when you come on, we're going to have you join the program to talk as well. But Brother Kenyatta, man, it's a blessing, man, to have you on. You are a wealth of knowledge as it relates to Islam here in the city of Philadelphia. May Allah have mercy on your mother, your father,
Inshallah.
your sisters,
Ameen.
any of those that have
Ameen.
preceded us and passed on.
Ameen.
Because you have a history, brother, in Islam, man. So today, man, we're talking with you, man. We're going to be talking to Brother Saba, and we want to talk about how Islam came about here in the city down in South Philadelphia, man.
In South Philadelphia? Oh,
Yes, sir.
By the grace and mercy of Allah, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, jihadists, the bottom line is that you have to be around people who remind you about Allah and His Messenger. So I just so happened to be hanging out with some brothers, Brother Saba, Brother Yazid, and some other brothers. And, you know, Saba had gave up his living room in order for worship. So we was going down there and offering the salat and things like that, 5 dailies, and doing the Juma at Saba's. It was on 12th and Ellsworth, in Saba's living room. So, you know, as I mentioned, we was hanging out with some other good brothers, and we had a brother Yazid. Brother Yazid, you know, he was pretty knowledgeable about the deen, and he was giving classes, and we were giving talks and things like that. So we asked him to come and do a khutbah. So he came and was doing khutbahs, you know, khutbah after khutbah after khutbah after khutbah, and then he was getting kind of burned out. So he was teaching us how to do a khutbah, you know, taught us about the khutbah hajjat, the opening of, you know, of the sermons and things like that, and giving us different things to deliver during the khutbahs. So, you know, a couple times some brothers, you know, wasn't able to make it for whatever reasons or what have you. And then one time I was left to give the khutbah. So, you know, I was nervous as I don't know what, because I never did anything like that. So then he decided to start reaching out to some other brothers and inviting some other brothers. So he knew a brother, Abdul Hafiz, the brother who, the imam at Mukbil Masjid. So he came down and was delivering some khutbahs. So that was one of the things, how things got started. So I was working for our dear brother, Luqman Abdul Haq. I was doing security at his place, right down there on 15th Street.
Hey, Brother Kenyatta, what I want you to do, I want you to just hold up for 1 second. We got a technical problem.
Okay.
On the studio's end. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a break. You're listening and watching Living Islam Today. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Service Incorporated. Don't let your family bear the burden of your final arrangements. Pre-arrange now.
We specialize in janaza services, traditional Christian services, natural burials, and theme services.
We provide repasts, domestic and international shipping, webcasting, and Skyping.
We service all denominations.
Our new location, 1924 West Hunting Park Avenue, Philadelphia 19140, 215-225-6600. Visit us at www.khadijasfuneralservice.com. That's www.KHADIJAHFUNERALSVC.com.
Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Khadijah Alderman's Funeral Service, serving humanity with dignity.
Nearly 26% of Philadelphia's population lived below the poverty line in 2017. There's an increasing share of residents struggling to cover the most fundamental necessities. On a national level, Philadelphia was among the highest with poverty rates. Muslim Serve's mission is to develop and implement programs addressing food insecurity in collaboration with local community partners. Fundamentally, Muslim Serve strives to uplift those in our community by providing free, hot, nutritious meals. This is done by partnering with a variety of local community organizations and establishments with the goal to bring comfort to those in need and to relieve hunger in our area, no matter who they are. Veterans, students, people with disabilities, single parents, senior citizens, working class families, and children. Muslim Serve can be reached by phone at 833-486-4370 or by email at info@muslimserve.org. Learn more about Muslim Serve and what they do on their website, muslimserve.org, and on their social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Muslim Serve. You're listening to Living Islam Today, an Ahmed Media Company project on WURD Radio, 900 AM and 96.1 FM.
I don't wanna write this down. I wanna tell you how I feel right now. I don't wanna take no time to write this down. I wanna tell you how I feel right now. Hey, tomorrow may never come. For you or me, life is not promised. Tomorrow may never show up. For you and me, this life is not promised. I ain't no perfect man. I'm trying to do the best that I can with what it is I have.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Living Islam Today. I'm trying to tell you, this is what happens when you do live radio and social media and YouTube and Facebook and everything else. I'm here, we're trying to tie our guests back to the show. Today's date is Saturday, March the 6th. So we're here and we're talking about Islam and how it came about down here in South Philadelphia. We have two great guests with us that's joining us, Brother Kenyatta Bey and Brother Abdullah Saba. And I'm hoping that these guys will be back on momentarily. I don't know what happened. They're gone, but hopefully we can get them back. Nonetheless, the telephone numbers where you can reach us is 215-634-8065. That's 215-634-8065 or 1-866-361-0900. As I've said to you earlier, we are 37 days away from the blessed month of Ramadan. So what I'm encouraging everybody to do, get yourself ready. Take this opportunity to get your body and your mind right for Ramadan. That's what I need you to do. Get your mind and your body right for the month of Ramadan. We're 37 days away. So for the non-Muslim audience that may be listening and watching, the month of Ramadan is a time for Muslims to recharge, to get themselves together, to really get closer to their faith. It's about fasting and giving and charity. And it's just not going about just not eating food for 30 days. No, it's about purifying yourself, being more conscious of those that are less fortunate. So back to the main topic today. I'm hoping that both of our guests are back on the air with us. Brother Saba, are you with us? Assalamu alaikum. Telephone numbers to reach us here in the studio is 215-634-8065. That's 215-634-8065. We're having some technical difficulties. I don't know if it's with our guests. They're not picking up now. Not sure what's going on, but we're here. Call us up. I want to hear about your experience, how you came into the religion of Islam, especially if you're from South Philadelphia. I definitely want to have that conversation with you today. As we patiently wait for our guests to join back in on the program. Anything going on your mic? Oh, man.
I don't wanna write this down. I don't wanna tell you how I feel right now. I don't wanna take no time to write this down. I don't wanna tell you how I feel right now. Hey, tomorrow may never come. For you or me, life is not promised. Tomorrow may never show up. For you and me, this life is not promised. I ain't no perfect man, I'm trying to do the best that I can with what it is I have. I ain't no perfect man, I'm trying to do the best that I can with what it is I have. Put my heart and soul into this song. I hope you feel me from where I am to wherever you are. I mean Action City, tomorrow may never come. For you and me, life is not promised. Tomorrow may never appear. You better hold this very moment very close to you right now. Very close to you right now. So close to you right now. So don't be afraid. Let it shine. My homie said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My hobby said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My hobby said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My homie said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. Sometimes I get discouraged. I look around and things are so weak. People are so weak. Sometimes I feel like crying. Sometimes my heart gets heavy. Sometimes I just wanna leave and fly away. Sometimes I don't know what to do with myself. Passion.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. And I'm going to tell you, we never had this much technical difficulties in our life since I've been doing this. Never have I had this much technical difficulty. But I want to thank the producer, Mike, at the station that is trying to sew all of this back together. Brother Saba, assalamu alaikum, and welcome to the show, brother. You know, the unique thing about, turn it down just a little bit. We're getting some feedback. All right. Turn that other radio down. All right, come on. We got about 20 minutes to talk, brother. Welcome to the show. We want to talk to you today because in South Philadelphia, you played a very big, major role in the development of Islam in South Philadelphia. Your house was actually the first house that many of the people came to and prayed in South Philadelphia. So with the remaining time that we have today, we want to talk to you about that.
Alhamdulillah. Well, basically, like Kenyatta said, we were I used to walk home from work, and he and I used to talk at the school down there. No, before the school. It's before the school. And we used to talk about the situation, how many masjid there was in the city, and we realized that every location in the city had 4, 5, 10 masjids. West Philly had masjids, North Philly had masjids. Mount Airy had one man, that was Masjid Mount Airy. But nobody or anything, nothing happening in South Philly in regards to Islamic development. So we started talking amongst each other, and we said we want to establish the Aqla Sunnah wa Jamaat, something to keep the people on the straight path so that we could find the direct way to worship Allah, the correct way, you see. So we started talking, and he said, okay, we meet at my house. So we've been over in the house for like, 6 months, a year? I forgot how long it was. But he went and started talking to Lukman, one of our heroes. Started talking to Lukman that we wanted to have a prayer in that lot on Broad and Christian Street. You know, matter of fact, him and Yazin was praying over there already. I think they were getting their prayer rush and praying over there during the day. And he said, no, it's kind of a bad place over there. So he gave him the house on 15th and Webster. He gave him the house over there and said, I can pray, but you're going to have to rehabilitate it. You know, so many of us got together. Tariq Ali was one of the, Reginald Hassan, you know, and they put that place together. And it made it like it was a place that was there all along, man. Matter of fact, Anwar Assad, you know those arches in the masjid? Anwar Assad did that. He found a way how to mold the sheetrock, and he nailed it up in those archways. And it looks beautiful down there now. And as a matter of fact, they had got so many people down, they had to extend it to this building next door. And that's what happened with the development, and was people coming from all over the city to be a part of Kenny Gamble's masjid.
Because for years, and maybe a lot of the young people today, if you just took Shahada maybe 5, 7 years ago, you may not be used to the language in South Philly and saying, oh yeah, that's Kenny Gamble's masjid. Yeah. If you've been around 10, 15, 20 years, the UMM, the United Muslim Movement, has always had the name, oh, that's Kenny Gamble's masjid, that's Brother Lukman's masjid. But with you, the unique thing about you gave so much in the early days of Islam here in South Philadelphia, because, you know, people were coming to your house to make the prayer. People were coming to your house for Juma. And it had to be a heck of a, I don't want to say an inconvenience, but it was definitely something different for your family to have to experience.
Yeah, Bilkis was a little girl then. She must have been around 2 or 3. A little young girl running around the house saying hi to everybody, speaking to everybody. and Fudge, my other daughter, she was still an infant. So my wife, they used to be in the other room behind the living room. And I never forget, one day we was having a Jumu'ah, and these brothers, they might have been from Pakistan or somewhere. They came in, they was had regular clothes on. They stood in the back of the room. He took off his jacket, took off his pants, and he had a jalabia on. I said, what the heck? You know, why did he go through all them changes to come to Jumu'ah? Because he didn't know where he was at. A lot of these brothers from overseas come over here. They don't know who to trust. They don't know who's who. You know, so they wanted to come in. Next thing you know, we had brothers from Pakistan, from the immigrant community coming in. You know, brothers from all over, and they wanted to see a change because we want to establish the correct Islam, and we want to follow it as best as we could. And it was a shame that we got sidetracked with the way we dress. You know, you had to have a long beard, you had to have your pants certain high. You know, that was a distraction. And by the grace of Allah, 20 years later, our Sheikh Tahir, he's back, and he's given us correct way to understand this religion. Him and Hanif.
I want to go back, and I want you to talk about the very first Juma at the United Muslim Masjid, because I believe you probably was the caller to prayer for that particular one. I believe you probably were the first caller of the prayer. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, the Muezzin, I was calling it. I'm wrong about that. I was already doing it at other messages also. I was at the Clan Muhammad school before they made that break, that situation over there. And me and Devin, we were over there running the school situation, and things came up and caused a great migration of a lot of things. So I was already used to calling the adhan, so they allowed me to be the one to call the adhan. And I think Yazin, he did the first khutbah down there, and just a handful of brothers. But they found out about it, and the more they found out, the more people started coming. I was so around about that after the first room, we had to go to the other room. My wife, but they had to go upstairs, but they were still able to hear the khutbah.
Your family has played a very big role in the development of a lot of activities at the masjid. Sister Saba, your wife, may Allah bless her and keep her, doing all the good that she's done. She was teaching. I would always come to Sister Saba and say, hey, I got an idea. I got a concept. I got a program. And she never told me no. So there was a situation with doing a sisters program for the young sisters. So her, Sister Amina Baya, and other sisters got involved because they saw the need of being able to help our young sisters out. So we had the unique thing about South Philadelphia is that we had our own little, we had our own scouts, we had our own Muslima scouts. We had our own thing, and many of the brothers and sisters have passed on. They preceded us, and either they went to other communities or they may have passed away. But the thing about South Philly is the uniqueness of it. And even today, when you look at the dynamic of South Philadelphia, although there's still nowhere to park, before COVID, this was probably one of the most packed masjids in the city of Philadelphia.
That's true. That's true. And it's always been like we were the only ones that ever existed. we were the only ones that ever existed and had we had carte blanche on Islamic development. There were other people who came before us. The more I think about it, I think the International Muslim Brotherhood had a location down in South Philly years ago, before they moved to that location on Cuba Institute, Cuba Masjid up on Lancaster Avenue. And it's a thing where we, Kenyatta, tell you, he was there when he seen people coming and going, man. Every day, every night, he was always there. He was there when they had the prostitutes and stuff running up and down 15th Street. That's how far he go back.
Yeah. Let's talk about that before we go. Not so much the prostitutes, but let's talk about all of the drug activities. And there was a hotel right around the corner, and which is now the charter school. There was also the Bombay Club. So the whole development of South Philly has changed. But let's talk about what did it look like to you brothers 27 years ago, because actually the first Juma was the second Friday in October 1994, if my notes serve me correct. Shahid Dewan told me this many years ago. That was the first Juma. So let's talk about how the masjid and the works of Brother Kenny Gamble changed the dynamics of South Philadelphia.
Well,
either one of you, just jump in.
That was one of Brother Lukman's visions, is to, he could have lived anywhere he wanted to in the country, but he decided that he wanted to come back and give back and live in the community where he grew up at. So he decided to come back to South Philly, in that area where the masjid is and things like that, purchase some properties and things like that, so he can try to develop an Islamic community. So I saw him at the masjid one time, one Juma Friday or what have you. I was in between jobs at the time, and he said, hey, you can come and work with us. So I said, okay, sure. So that's when we were doing security and monitoring the properties that he had in that area that was abandoned. So it was a lot of, drug trafficking and, you know, all kinds of things going on in that area. So, you know, that was one of the reasons why he asked, could we do security there, because he had a house. His house was built right there, right across from where the URCS is now.
Yep. I remember attending my first Juma there. It was packed. It was wall-to-wall people. This was before we broke into the next wall and extended the building. But I want to mention some of the many great imams that we've had. My personal favorite, mine, is Imam Kenneth Noordin. To me, he will always be the first imam of United Muslim Masjid. The brother gave me shahada. Now he's up at the Philadelphia Masjid. And Sheikh Abdul Kareem, Sheikh Abdul Kareem Ahmed, and
Luqman Ahmed,
Anas Muhammad. So many beautiful brothers, man.
Adil.
Oh, Brother Adil. Yes. I can say that UMM has had its share of imams over the past 27 years.
MashaAllah.
But everybody came with a unique flavor, if I can say that. They all came and added something to what we were doing. And I think that really the concept of what we was doing, it wasn't just about building a masjid. I think it was going back to the original name, the United Muslim Movement. It was meant to be something that would help to change the lives of people through education, through housing, through job opportunity, and having a central location place to worship. I remember when we were working on the actual fundraiser for the building of the masjid on Broad Street, and Sister Salima Omar would come to the monthly meetings with her jar, and she would collect pennies. Sister Sunni Ali, Sister Rakaya, Sister Zainab, these people to me were the foundation and the pillar of what UMM. Alhamdulillah for the people that are there. I love them, but to me, I'm not being biased, but I am being biased. It's just that love that was there then was unbelievable. And I got a blast in the past. I'm gonna throw it y'all. Brother Hakeem. Remember Brother Hakeem?
Yes.
Which Hakeem I'm talking about?
Yes. You talking about Hakeem Abdul Salam?
Hakeem the Dream. They used to sell the clothes.
Oh, right. Wow. Yes. Brother Hakeem used to have this, used to have the spot right on Point Breeze, right across from the barbershop I was working at one time.
Now, Brother Hakeem was the original brother who who introduced us to our theme, the Adhan by Yusuf Islam. He was one of the brothers who, the original Islam Today radio show host. Well, he was hosting, he was answering the phone, they was recording. You know, this is a very nostalgic show today because I'm thinking about all the brothers that have went forward, man. Brother Tyler.
Yeah, mashallah.
Your father. I used to go around to the Scottish Rite building and sit with your father and talk to him for hours. And I used to say, brother, man, we got to get this on tape, man, because just so much history was with your brother, your father, man. A beautiful brother, man.
Alhamdulillah. May Allah have mercy on him. Make his grave spacious and grant him Jannah, inshallah.
Inshallah. We got 6 minutes left, brother. So I want you both to talk about how Islam has changed your lives and how it's helped you and your families. Because Brother Kenyatta, you got a big family.
SubhanAllah. SubhanAllah. Yes. I got some generations of bays.
Yes, you do.
Walk around here, man. You know what I'm saying? But Jihad, I just wanted to, take the time to thank you for allowing me to come on and what have you, and share some of my experiences and some of the history about how things took place here in South Philly. Because what happened now is it has expanded. So once we started with that one little, I went to Lukman and asked him, could we sweep off the parking lot so we can pray there? He said, well, we could do better than that. Take one of these properties and start with that. So we started with one abandoned house. Then we grew and grew. We had to break the wall in to expand that place. And then we branched off to Point Breeze, and we have the Islamic Center on Point Breeze. And now we have another masjid on the other end of Point Breeze. So the masjid, Islam is growing in South Philadelphia. Like Saba said, different parts of the city had 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, maybe 10 masjids in one area. Now, alhamdulillah, we got 3.
Brother Reginald Hassan, when he had the Bait to, I forget the correct name, but it was like a recovery house for brothers that were struggling with a substance. And this was on Christian Street. And I remember going there and having classes.
I think he called it Beta Toba.
Beta Toba. That's
Beta
it,
Toba.
man.
No,
that's it. That's it. That's it.
Alhamdulillah, man. So, you know, it's a lot of history there, mashallah. And I just wanted to take the opportunity to thank Brother Lukman, if he's listening, you know, because he helped to fund.
Great deal.
He helped to fund some of these projects at the infancy stages and things like that. From his vision, we were able to, you know, get started.
Give a professional foundation. A professional foundation. Had an air conditioner.
And Saba too, because, you know, he gave up his house.
Gave up his house, man.
He gave up his house for like a year, maybe a year or so. So, mashallah, man. May Allah reward you, our brothers, man.
But these
I remember when you told me you was over at Clarence's on 21st and Dickinson dipping ice cream. Talking about, hey man, listen, I'm ready to take my shahada. Could you give me your shahada? Could you give me my shahada? I said, well, I could do better than that. I'll take you to the masjid.
You took me to the masjid, brother.
Took me to the masjid. Yeah.
And Imam Nordine, man, I'll never forget. He had a gray thobe on, and he gave me my shahada, man. That was about 27, 26 years ago, man. And
mashallah, we still here today. Alhamdulillah.
We still here, brother.
He's our spokesman. He's our spokesman now.
Not me,
in Philadelphia area.
Brother Saba, we got 2 minutes left. I want you to close out the show, brother, with some brief words, and please, brother, please close us out with your adhan, please. Would you please?
I guess it is time for the prayers.
Yes, it is. Well, it's time for us to end the show. That I do know. So
okay, I just wanted to mention some names, very important names. Lukman Abdul Haq, Kenny Gamble, Fred Johnson, Michael Rashid, Sultan Ahmed, a new star on the horizon, Sister Jamila Bilal, you know, James Bilal's daughter.
Yes.
She's coming up, and I'm not going to say, and people got businesses, Derek Harper, they got business. I'm not going to put a plus, because the people got to pay to get on there. But these are my friends, the people that I know. Rafi Clementine.
Yeah.
He was my mentor for 20 years, man. I've served under him. Him and Shamsuddin Ali. You know, and these brothers had a drastic effect on my well-being. Cody Anderson, you know, another man who's a hero in our community. Rafi Alameen, brother who passed away. Derek Brown, he just had a dance with him yesterday. So we have some heroes that we can look to in our community, and we can look to as a role model, you know, for us to continue on this here path of trying to establish the deen in Islam here in the city of Philadelphia. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, hayya ala salat, hayya ala falah, qad qamat as-salat, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah. I said the comment and said it, man, mashallah.
That's all right, brother.
I'm so
That's
excited.
Right.
May Allah make it easy for you.
I mean.
You know, I did a video a number of years ago about Islam and at the United Muslim Masjid, and I recorded Brother Saba, and I interviewed him. And for those who do not know, he cried the whole interview. So today, brother.
Absolutely. I remember. I
did a little bit better today, huh?
What was the name of that video, man? What was the name of that piece?
Islam, Past, Present, and Future, I think it was called. That was about maybe
Any
17
more of those?
years ago. I can't find it.
I
I can't find it, man. I can't find it.
Yeah.
Well, brothers, it is time to go. It's been a really great show. I thank you both for being with me today and just sharing the history of Islam, giving your perspective of Islam here in South Philadelphia, man. You both of you two. May Allah bless your families for the
Amen.
sacrifices that all of you have made.
Amen.
And may Allah bless us, and may He accept some of the stuff that we've done or all of it, because there's a lot of work that we've done in South Philly, and there's still so much more work that we're trying to do. Brother Kenyatta Bey, thank you for all that you do with helping these youth with the basketball league and the tournaments in the summer. And I hope this summer we can get back to that, because what you do for the youth, with the Point Breeze Basketball Federation, I know I probably said it wrong, but brother, what you do, it is a blessing and needed in this time that we're living in right now.
And we
Point
want to
Breeze
establish
Youth Development League.
And we want to establish Jawala Scouts again. In South
Alhamdulillah.
We need
It's
it.
badly
We
needed
need
for the
it.
discipline. And we
Inshallah.
need a place for them to go to. We want to put that together.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, brothers, I got to go. They told me we got to go. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, brothers. May Allah bless you.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Ameen. Wa antum.